Hello guys, Darth Balls here. Got another review. This is a piece that I bought probably about a month ago now. It's one of the sort of birthday pieces I got. Got off me. I think I got off my girlfriend. Pretty awful. I can't remember. Wanted to pick this up mainly just for sort of two of the figures. The other two are a welcome sort of thing because I wanted them basically for my land speeder side. But I was going to buy them loose, or I was going to buy one of them in a sort of one of the vintage collection 3-packs. But managed to bite the bullet, pick this up anyway. It'd been sitting in Forbidden Planet, local Forbidden Planet, for ages, so I got it. But yeah, really glad I did now. They're all pretty good figures. So here we go. So it's this here. It's the commemorative. I think one of the Blu-ray commemorative sets. Really cool. It comes in this sort of fairly large box here. It has a poster at the back. This one is the A New Hope one, so it comes with that. It's like a card, sort of a card poster type thing. Really cool. I'll display it up there. And that kind of sits in the back there. On the back here we have the rest of them. So it's one for each movie. Some of them, I think they're all sort of repacks of previous figures, mostly newer, sort of the better releases of each figure. So that's pretty cool. And we have them there. So there we go. I'll sling that down there for now. I'll review each one in turn. Just quickly, that's what you get with the you get that with the Sand Trooper, like a little staff thing. I guess it's probably like a force pike or something along those lines. And then obviously you get Luke's and Obi-Wan's lightsabers ignited. I don't think you get them just as hilts. First figure is a Sand Trooper. I'm not too sure what collection this came out in, but it is an older sculpt with it's got swivel hips, so it's not the latest vintage collection one. Good figure though. The weathering could have been done a bit better, I think. It's nice to see the weathering on it, but they've done the latest vintage collection Sand Trooper they've released has got really good looking weathering, so I'll have to pick that up, upgrade it. But it's a nice piece. It's like I said, it's for the land speeder. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Seeing that I wanted to do it with, so it does the job basically. It comes with the E11 as well, and it's got a ball jointed head, but you can't move it obviously with a pauldron, and ball hinges on the shoulders, elbows, swivel wrist, ball hinged torso, swivel hips, ball hinged ankles and knees. So yeah, it's got a lot of nice articulation. And then the backpack's pretty cool, standard, what we've always seen before. So that's a nice figure, an all-rounder. The other one is an R2 unit, none other than obviously R2 himself. Really cool. I like this one. The vintage collection one is awesome, and I do love the sort of matte finish on that one's dome, but this one has obviously got like a metallic dome, which also is nice in its own right. It's got the extendable leg there, but that actually does just sort of pop off, which I find better, to be fair, because the latest release, the vintage collection release, its leg goes up sort of too easy, so it always slips in when you're trying to put him on sort of all three legs, but that's fine. Has a swivel head that when you swivel it, it retracts the sensor scope, which is kind of cool. But it's sort of one of those things where I like to have, when I display R2, I like to have him more often than not standing with his head slightly turned, but you can't really do it with this one, because if you do, the sensor scope comes up. No big deal really. All round pretty much perfect. The only thing is, if you could give me any idea of this, I've tried to open it, but I don't want to break it, so I'm not too sure. This panel here, it's a separate piece, and it's sort of you know, around here. It seems as though it opens to reveal, I guess, one of his sort of devices, but I can't open it. So if you could let me know whether you can or not, I'd be much appreciative. But it is nice. I don't know what sculpt this is from. Don't know whether what re-release. I imagine it is a re-release of a certain one. But it's a really nice R2, and it's probably my favourite one up to now, purely because, like I said, the vintage collection one, although is perfect, to be fair, that if you push it slightly, that leg just goes in, and it just falls over. It's not very good. Although I do, to be fair, prefer the matte finish on the dome. But that's the R2 anyway. Nice figure. Next one is Luke, and I'm really chuffed with this. It personally, for me, is my all-time favourite Luke, A New Hope Luke that they've released. It's exactly the same sculpt, just a slight paint difference to the vintage collection Death Star Escape Luke, but the only thing they've done different is on the Death Star Escape it has a soft goods tunic with a Stormtrooper belt, so they've swapped that out for just one piece of rubbery sort of plastic to go over it. A lot of people say his legs are too short, and I do agree. They are kind of really, I don't know, they're really small and thin. But to display him, I think he looks really good. And I love the face. Might not be perfect Luke sculpt, but I think it does the job, and I really do like it. And it's completely super articulated, so everything's ball hinged with the shoulders, elbows, swivel wrists, and then you've got ball hinged hips, knees and ankles. So really cool. You can get them all sorts of wicked poses, and it is generally just an all around brilliant figure in my opinion. A lot of you might disagree, because at first I didn't like it, but just sort of seeing it playing about, putting it in poses and stuff, it actually is a quality piece, and it is obviously the best Luke they've sort of released to date, to be fair, because so many of them have had horrific faces, or just not that good articulation wise and sculpt wise. But this one, it does the job, and for me specifically, putting it in the land speeder, sitting him there, it's a definite sort of winner. The next one is my favourite, and this was probably the main reason I wanted to buy this set. It's A New Hope Obi-Wan. I've had various Obi-Wans through the years. I've got the original vintage one. I've had the Power of the Force 2 Obi-Wan, which obviously was just an atrocious figure, and just different ones through the years really, that I've probably sold or swapped or just sort of not kept over the years because they weren't that great. But the vintage original trilogy collection one was really good. I like that, but I never picked it up and couldn't find it, and didn't want to pay like 25-30 quid for the figure. I didn't really, find it that viable a price. Just drinking out Return of the Jedi cup again. It's relatively earlier, so before I'm starting work later on, so need me coffee. But anyway, the figure itself is properly brilliant. I've got not one single gripe. I love the facial sculpt. Facial sculpt is excellent. The right, well, I'll just show you real quick, so I won't put it back on, but that's it with the robe, and it's yet again one of these sort of oversized robes, but I personally think it looks brilliant on him. Out of all the figures that the large Jedi robe has sat on, this is for me the best figure yet that it's sort of looks on a figure. Right, I'm going to pop that there. Bear with me, guys. I'm just taking off his robe. Oh no, I can't stand him up. Right, there we go. So there he is without his robe. That's his robe. So it is the same one that you've seen like on a lot of the newer figures. Yeah, perfect sculpt, really. Perfect size, perfect sculpt, perfect paint job. He's got, this is all soft goods, so it's all nice, and you can sort of display it, kind of move it about. It's all nice. Underneath here we've got just the classic, just the boots and everything, really nice. But I just think it's all around a really cool figure. It's got swivel hips and ball hinges on the knees and ankles. Then he's got a ball hinged head, what isn't that manoeuvrable really. It's not that great for like, you can't move it around that much, but still, you don't really need, you don't put it half the poses that you use for ball jointed heads. You don't really use anyway. So he's got ball hinged shock. I forget what they're called. Ball hinge shoulders, elbows, and swivel wrists. And I think he's got a swivel waist. I'm not going to try it, but he has got a swivel waist. So a absolutely quality looking figure. Definitely my favourite of the bunch. So that's those, and it's one of those sets where if you haven't got any of these figures, I mean, I've got different variations of the Sand Trooper and R2, but these two specifically, this is the first, other than the original one, this is the first A New Hope Luke I've owned in, A New Hope Obi-Wan that I've owned in years, really, because I've always just been waiting for one that's just for the one that's this good, really. So, and same as Luke, really. A New Hope Luke, I've owned dozens of them, but they've never stood up to what I really wanted as a New Hope Luke. But this one, yeah, I find it does, and it's a quality figure. So yeah, all around one of those pieces that I think, to be fair, it's definitely worth the money. 'Cause I paid about 30 quid for it, and that's, you're getting 4 figures with accessories and a little nice little poster. So yeah, it's a quality piece. If you've not got it and you are after these figures, yeah, it's a definite. I mean, like I said, I was sort of humming and hawing for a while, but I'm really glad that I got the piece in the end, because, like I said, it was for the Sand Speeder, for the Land Speeder scene, for the obviously their entrance to Mos Eisley. So really cool, and they display well in that. So there we go, guys. That's my review of that, and I will be back with some more reviews soon. Like I said, a few more bits that I've got to review. But until then, cheers for watching. I hope you like the review, and comments, feedback, as always, guys. Can't wait for that. So see you later.